This is Mark J. Boone, Assistant Professor in the Department of Religion and Philosophy at Hong Kong Baptist University. This is a video abstract for my article, Love and Emotional Fit. What does Christian theology tell us about unfitting emotions? And it actually tells us rather a lot. This is an article published in Haythrop Journal in the year 2018. Now, there are many things to say about the role of the emotions in morality, and moral philosophers have been saying them for a long time, going back at least as far as Aristotle, in fact, at least as far as Socrates. In recent moral philosophy, philosophers have paid a fair amount of attention to the discovery by Justin Darms and Daniel Jacobson of a distinction between an emotion's fittingness and its moral propriety. Meanwhile, there's also a sophisticated discussion of the emotions in Christian theology going back, at least as far as Augustine. If you read earlier church fathers, I'm sure you'll find it there as well. Much has been said, in particular, about the role of the emotions in the practice of Christianity. Now, it seems that, for the most part, this discussion has not met or interacted with the discussion initiated by Darms and Jacobson. They should meet. They should interact. There are insights in common here, or potential for insights from the interaction. Christian theology tells us something about the importance, or more precisely, the lack of importance, of emotional fit for the emotions involved in Christian love. I explain that, or make a beginning of explaining it in this article. Now, let me explain emotional fit. Emotions are not empty feelings, at least according to any version of the cognitivist tradition in emotions, from Socrates and the Stoics to more contemporary thinkers, up to my own former teacher, Dr. Robert Roberts, whose theory I more or less follow. Emotions convey information about a situation. Socrates in the Apology is a splendid example. In the Apology of Plato, or Plato's Apology of Socrates, Socrates thinks that fear means something. It means something bad is likely to happen. It conveys information about something, about future prospects. The information conveyed by an emotion, like information conveyed by sensory perception, may sometimes be inaccurate, and that is what the topic of emotional fit is about. The evaluative content of an emotion may or may not fit the situation it evaluates, depending on whether or not the information conveyed is accurate. Emotional fit is present when an emotion's content is accurate, and it's not present when the content is inaccurate. Now, Darms and Jacobson made a distinction between an emotion's fittingness and propriety. It's not always the case that fitting emotions are morally correct ones, and vice versa. Now, in my article, I explained how Christian theology tells us something about emotional fit in the emotions involved in love. Now, it is a desideratum for the emotions that they are fitting. But other desiderata for emotions sometimes overrule the desideratum of fit, as I explain with a little help from Aristotle. And emotions sometimes have an effect on their own fittingness, as I explain with a little help from William James. And then, most importantly, as Soren Kierkegaard shows, love construes its object as better than he or she presently is, but it also makes the object better. And that means that the emotions involved in love are sometimes unfitting, but they also sometimes have an effect on the beloved, which helps to bring about better fit in the future, because as James is so good at explaining, our evaluations of the world are not separate from the world. This is not a spectator theory of knowledge or a spectator theory of the emotions. We who know the world, we who evaluate the world, are active players on the world, not watching it from elevated seating apart from the world. We're out there on the field. Now, Kierkegaard leads us in this direction, and we should cultivate, as I explain, a disposition to loving emotions that are occasionally unfitting, but actually help to bring about better fit. I explain these things and consider how we might go about doing this with a little more help from Dr. Roberts. I recommend this article for anyone who really likes Kierkegaard or James, or to whom the topic seems interesting. The article should be available from any nearby university library that has access to the Haythrop Journal. If and when copyright issues allow, I hope to also make it available on my academia.edu profile and philpapers.org. Thanks for watching.